In recent reports circulating across international media networks, claims have emerged that missiles attributed to Israel struck areas near Tehran, allegedly triggering a massive explosion at an oil refinery and sending towering flames into the night sky. While details remain fluid and independent confirmation may take time, the reports have already drawn widespread attention from governments, analysts, and global markets. Any incident involving strikes near the capital of Iran carries strategic implications that extend far beyond the immediate physical damage. It touches on the broader security dynamics of the Middle East, the stability of global energy supply, and the evolving nature of modern military deterrence. To understand why such reports generate immediate international concern, it is important to consider the long and complex relationship between Iran and Israel. For decades, tensions between the two countries have largely unfolded through indirect confrontation, intelligence operations, cyber activities, and proxy conflicts across the region. Direct military engagement between the two states has historically been rare and highly sensitive. When missile strikes or air attacks are alleged to occur across national borders, analysts often interpret them not simply as tactical events, but as signals within a larger strategic context. The reported explosion near Tehran is particularly notable because of the potential target involved, a major oil refining facility. Oil infrastructure represents one of the most critical economic and strategic assets in the Middle East. Refineries, pipelines, and export terminals are not only vital for domestic energy supply but also for global markets that rely on consistent petroleum flows. Any disruption to these facilities can ripple through international energy pricing, maritime logistics, and financial markets. Even limited damage may temporarily affect production capacity, while the perception of vulnerability can increase insurance costs and investor uncertainty. Images circulating online reportedly showed intense flames and thick plumes of smoke rising above the refinery complex, suggesting a powerful detonation. However, in situations like these, analysts emphasize the importance of verification. Satellite imagery, official statements, and independent investigations often take time to confirm the scale and cause of such incidents. In the immediate aftermath of a reported strike, multiple narratives may emerge, each shaped by strategic communication objectives as well as incomplete information. The alleged use of missiles in the attack also draws attention to the evolving role of long-range precision strike capabilities in modern warfare. Over the past 2 decades, missile technology has become one of the central elements of military power projection in the Middle East. States across the region have invested heavily in ballistic and cruise missile programs, often viewing them as essential tools of deterrence. Unlike traditional air campaigns that require aircraft to enter hostile airspace, missiles can be launched from considerable distances, reducing risk to pilots while still delivering significant impact. From a technical standpoint, missiles used in long-range strike operations typically follow either ballistic or cruise flight profiles. Ballistic missiles travel along a high-altitude trajectory before re-entering the atmosphere at extremely high speeds, while cruise missiles fly at lower altitudes using guidance systems to navigate toward their targets. Each system has advantages and limitations, and modern defense networks attempt to intercept them using layered detection and interception systems. Iran has spent many years developing one of the largest missile arsenals in the Middle East. This program has often been described by Iranian officials as a cornerstone of national defense strategy. In response, Israel has built a sophisticated multi-layered missile defense architecture designed to counter threats from various ranges and altitudes. Systems such as Iron Dome and Arrow illustrate the degree to which missile defense has become central to Israeli security planning. If the reported strike indeed originated from Israel, it would raise questions about how such a missile reached a target deep inside Iranian territory. Was the launch conducted from aircraft operating outside Iranian airspace? Could it have been fired from naval platforms positioned in international waters? Or might it involve long-range standoff weapons capable of traveling hundreds or even thousands of kilometers? These questions illustrate how modern strike capabilities allow militaries to operate across large geographic distances while limiting direct exposure to enemy defenses. Beyond the immediate military dimension, the geopolitical implications of such an incident are significant. Tehran is not only the political center of Iran but also a symbolic hub of national authority. Any attack near the capital is likely to carry psychological as well as strategic weight. Governments facing external strikes often feel pressure to demonstrate resilience and deterrence. This dynamic can influence diplomatic messaging, military readiness, and regional alliances. The broader Middle East remains an intricate network of competing interests involving regional powers and global actors. Conflicts in areas such as Syria, Lebanon, Iraq, and the Persian Gulf intersect with the strategic rivalry between Iran and Israel. Because of this interconnected environment, a single strike can trigger wider speculation about escalation. Would the targeted state respond directly with missile launches of its own? Could proxy groups in neighboring countries become involved? Or might international mediators attempt to prevent further military exchange? Another factor to consider is the economic dimension of the energy sector. Iran is one of the world's major holders of oil and natural gas reserves. While sanctions and geopolitical tensions have limited its export capacity in recent years, its infrastructure remains strategically important. Damage to a refinery near Tehran could temporarily affect domestic supply chains, industrial operations, or fuel distribution. Even if the facility resumes operations quickly, global markets may react to the perception that energy infrastructure in the region faces increased risk. Energy security has long been a defining element of international policy in the Middle East. Countries across Asia, Europe, and North America depend on stable energy flows from the region. As a result, developments involving oil infrastructure often attract attention far beyond local political boundaries. Financial analysts frequently monitor satellite imagery, shipping data, and production estimates to determine whether an incident has measurable effects on supply levels. From a military perspective, attacks on industrial infrastructure can also serve as strategic signaling tools. In some cases, they are intended to demonstrate technological capability or deterrent strength without targeting population centers. However, such actions carry inherent risks because industrial facilities can contain flammable materials and complex machinery. A strike that triggers large fires may cause unintended environmental damage, economic disruption, or civilian safety concerns. At the same time, modern warfare increasingly unfolds in an environment shaped by information competition. Governments and media outlets often release statements that frame events in ways aligned with national strategic narratives. This makes careful analysis essential. Independent verification through open-source intelligence, including satellite imagery and geolocation analysis, has become a crucial method for researchers attempting to clarify what actually happened on the ground. Another important question concerns escalation management. Military exchanges between states do not automatically lead to large-scale war. In many cases, governments calibrate their responses carefully, attempting to balance deterrence with restraint. Analysts therefore examine factors such as the scale of the strike, the type of target, and the official responses from both sides. These elements can provide clues about whether the incident is intended as a limited message or part of a broader military campaign. The international community also plays a role in shaping the trajectory of such crises. Diplomatic channels, both public and private, often become active during periods of heightened tension. Global institutions and regional partners may encourage de-escalation to prevent conflict from spreading. Because the Middle East sits at the intersection of major global trade routes and energy supplies, stability in the region remains a shared concern for many countries. In reflecting on the reported explosion in Tehran, it becomes clear that the story is not only about a single missile strike or a single refinery. It represents a moment within a much larger pattern of strategic rivalry, technological competition, and geopolitical signaling. Modern conflicts are rarely confined to one location. Their consequences can extend through energy markets, diplomatic relations, and security policies around the world. In conclusion, the reported missile strike near Tehran highlights the fragile balance that defines the current security environment in the Middle East. Allegations of attacks on critical infrastructure underscore the role of advanced missile technologies in shaping regional deterrence strategies. They also remind observers that events in this region can have far-reaching implications for global energy systems and international stability. For viewers seeking to understand these developments, it is important to approach the topic with careful attention to verified information and long-term strategic context. Initial reports may evolve as more data becomes available, and responsible analysis requires distinguishing confirmed facts from speculation. By examining geopolitical dynamics, technological trends, and economic factors together, we gain a clearer perspective on how incidents like this fit into the broader landscape of international security. This analysis remains grounded in publicly available information and is intended to encourage informed discussion and critical thinking. It does not endorse or justify military action by any party, and it does not represent the position of any government or institution. Understanding complex global events requires patience, balanced analysis, and awareness that the full picture often emerges gradually over time.